Hi, this is Dennis Gage. Welcome to My Classic Car, home of the certified car nut. We are honored to be guests at the Porsche 50th anniversary celebration here in Waterford Hills Raceway. This year's 356 Registry East Coast Holiday is being held in conjunction with one of the world's most prestigious car events, the Meadowbrook Concours. Over 300 Porsches are expected to participate in this year's event, which includes both showing and track time for the cars, and you can hear them firing up back there. Right now, Jim Thomas is joining me, one of the committee members for this year's event. Jim, I am knee-deep in Porsches.
Yes, you are. There are about, as you said, there are nearly 300 vehicles here, 300 Porsches, a lot of significant historical vehicles as well.
Some from the factory?
Yes, indeed. In fact, the oldest car that's here is owned by Chuck Stoddard, and it's the number 2 coupe, number 2 Gemund coupe. It's the second oldest Porsche in history. The oldest car was actually going to be here, and it was damaged in transit in New York and sent back, and those things happen. But we also have some significant cabriolets, the first one ever built. We have some GTS race cars, which are very, very significant.
And you got some racers. Porsche significant racers here too.
Some very significant racers, right. And I'll see if I can remember everybody that's here this time. We have George Fulmer, Brian Redmond, Vic Alford.
Now, there's going to be racing all day, but this is actually part of Meadowbrook usually, right?
Yes, that's correct. Every year, the Meadowbrook Concours d'Elegance also has the historic races, and there's usually a featured mark. Well, this year being Porsche's 50th anniversary, obviously that is a very significant accomplishment for any car company, especially Porsche, which is a privately held company still. So this year we are the featured mark both at Meadowbrook and also the featured racing mark.
Porsche's 50th anniversary was celebrated in Michigan in grand style at the 356 Registry's East Coast Holiday. Porsche Cars of North America attended the event and brought several historic racing Porsches to run on the Waterford Hills road course. Seeing the cars, and in talking to some of the drivers that drove them to victory over the years, like Brian Redmond and Vic Alford, gave the weekend just the right racing edge and sense of history. More than 300 Porsches filled the Waterford Hills grounds. Most of them were 356s, with a few other models on display. The showing reflects the strong following the 356 has on both sides of the Atlantic.
Well, Barbara, above the din of roaring race engines, you're the event coordinator, is that right? Or the chairman?
I'm the event chairman, yes sir.
And you have another role in the 356 Registry?
Right, I'm the membership chairman for the 356 Registry. It's a nonprofit organization that prints a bi-monthly color magazine, and it's an international publication. We have over 6,000 members now.
Well, you pretty happy with the turnout?
It's awesome. It is just so exciting to arrive here and see all of these incredible cars and know they're here because we did it.
It is amazing, and you've done a heck of a job, Barbara.
Oh, thanks,
I admire you, and you are a true car nut.
Yes, sir, I am, and damn proud of it.
All right.
I feel I can say that.
Yes, you can. Well, Uwe, this is a 58 Speedster with the top up. You don't usually see them that way, and I think they look kind of cool that way. But the big story behind this is really you. I mean, you flew from Germany to get this.
Yeah. I bought the car last April at the swap meet in Hershey, Pennsylvania. And the pre-owner kept it for me until last week. And I drove out down to Hershey, picked it up, drove it here to the Porsche event in Michigan. And next week I'm going to another event in California.
And driving it.
Driving it.
Now you've been coming to this 356 Registry event for a number of years.
Yeah.
But never with a
No, I always showed up with just a rental car that you get at the airport.
It's just not the same, is it?
No, it is really not the same.
Well, these 356s, the Speedsters had no windows, right? They just popped in.
They had just a pop-in side curtain. Yeah, that's it. Just to make it cheaper.
Cheaper,
and that was the basic idea.
A little bit noisy on the road.
Yes, it is.
Now, what power is this?
This is just a regular version with 60 horsepower. Yeah,
1600 cc's?
Yes, 1600 cc, 60 horsepower, just stock.
Hey, this is going to be a fun drive. I wish I was going with you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Uwe.
Welcome.
Well, Bill, this car has a name. It's Heidi.
That's right.
After a young Fraulein.
That's right.
Now, this is a unique car, not only because of its color, and I don't think I've ever seen one this color.
It's mice and blue.
Mice and blue.
Mice and blue.
But this is a survivor. This is an absolutely original 58.
Absolutely.
Well, how long have you had it?
I've had it for about 35 years. It was 5 years old when I bought it. It Bought it from a relative of mine that owned it for 5 years and put 9,800 miles on it.
So it's been in the family the
Oh,
whole
yes,
time, since
yes.
58.
It
Now,
was
we've-
promised to me when he was ready to upgrade and go to another car that this was going to be mine.
and he was good to his word. Now, we've looked under the engine, at the engine, a number of these, but I haven't ever looked under the hood of a 356. Will you open that up for me?
Sure, sure.
Because in this year, not only was the tank under here, but the filler was under here.
That's right.
Let's go around and look at the interior of an original 58. Now, have you had to do any work on it, Bill, at all, any restoration?
The interior is original as it was purchased. What we've had to do, because of the deterioration of the foam rubber padding in the seats and on the dash, we've had to have that padded again.
Uh-huh.
But this is the original fabric, just as it,
And it came with that radio,
and it came with that radio.
another 1600. So this is what it would look like coming from the factory,
That's,
Bill.
that's just the way it came from the factory.
Well, do people occasionally use this one just as a reference because it's how it was?
Absolutely. I'm glad you mentioned that, because many times people would ask me, can I see that upholstery or can I see this? And they're copying it for their own restoration. Yes.
It's a rolling museum.
Yeah, well, it should be in a museum.
It should. We've probably got the only one like this here. Bill, thanks so much for sharing it with us.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome back to My Classic Car. Every so often we present encore presentations of some of our most popular features. These are segments we continually receive letters and emails about. One such feature is our visit with the owner of Pontiac GTO. Well, we're back out in Southern California, and this time with Larry Weiner. Larry, welcome to the show.
Thanks, it's a pleasure to be here with you today.
You know, Larry, in the course of this show, we talk to rodders and customizers and people that are into factory-accurate restorations. You're a bit of a mix of all three of those, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Well, what we've got here to talk about is your 65 GTO, and I want you to tell me about it and tell me about some of the tweaks you've made to it.
Let's go through it.
Well, 65 was really the second year of GTO, but perhaps the first real year of the car. Is that right?
That's true. You know, they did the one in 64, which they really snuck out the back door. DeLorean and Wangers, who was from the advertising agency, they put this car and snuck it out the door. In 65, it got a full factory backup. They did a big advertising campaign, which we both know to be the Tiger theme.
Right.
Tiger in the tank, Tiger paw tires, Tiger under the hood. Everything was Tiger.
And you were a Tiger if you drove one.
Absolutely. You got that right.
Well, I also noticed those tires are a little beefier than stock too, aren't they?
Yeah, there's a little more meat under there than they had 65 with those little skinny 775 Redline Tiger paw tires. We got some serious tire here. These are a set of BF Goodrich radial TAs mounted on a reproduction set of original Rally 1 wheels.
Well, now, when I first looked at the interior of your car, the thing that jumped out at me was this fascia plate on the instrument cluster.
Right, that's kind of an interesting deal. Originally in 65, this car came with a wood veneer applique that was on the around the instruments. And I didn't think that fitted the character or theme of the car, and so what I did was, that's a 64 applique, that engine turning, and I thought that more befitted a high performance image than wood like you'd find in a Bonneville.
And then that other gauge there, which most people at first glance say is a tack, that's actually a vacuum manifold vacuum.
Vacuum manifold gauge, that's right, and that measures the amount of vacuum in the intake manifold. And originally back in the 60s, that was used to cause people to drive more conservatively, you know, to try to make for fuel economy, but it was a dealer installed option.
What do you say we look under the hood and see what gives this Tiger its grr?
Oh, there's some serious Tiger growl under here. You've got a real 389 tri-power engine hiding under the hood. And this is a very representative engine of what you'd have found in a 65 GTO, except we've got some treats here too. You'll notice that surrounding these tri-power carburetors is a ram air tub with the foam sealing element. And if you were to look through the hood, you would find that it's open. Instead of this part being closed, these are open. So it's really the same scoop with openings. So when you seal it, it seals against the foam, and the only air this engine can get is from the outside. So it's fresh air, it's cooler, denser air, which makes for more horsepower.
And those are 3 Rochesters.
They most certainly are. They're 3 Rochester 2-barrel carburetors.
And in 64, it was actually a vacuum
Right.
linkage.
In 64, all the parts you see over here was vacuum actuated, where in 65 they actually went to mechanical actuation on the progressive throttle linkage, which was what this is. It runs on the center carb. And then when you hit the gas pedal real hard, it actually opens your 2 outboard carburetors up mechanically with the actuating rods.
And what kind of horsepower was this thing rated at when?
This car was rated at 360 horsepower brand new with the tri-power. That was the option over the 4-barrel.
Then how about the valve covers? Those are a little bit different, aren't they?
Yeah, you know, we've tried to be period correct with the car, and we have made changes that a person would have made if they bought this car and built it in '65 and improved on it. Those are Cal Custom valve covers from the mid-'60s. They're aluminum castings with the deep ribs, and I had them chromed, and they are period correct for a '65 Pontiac.
Well, I also noticed when I first saw this, something that was a bit different than stock were the lights up here.
Ah, my parking lamps. I will give credit to Chuck Roberts for giving me the inspiration to do that. His GTO, which has been featured in many magazines like the one you have, he had mounted a pair of Grand Prix parking lamps in the grill and obviated the original ones that were mounted down here, the small ones. And I thought it was a really nice individualistic touch. It's a Pontiac factory part. It wasn't originally on the GTO, but I thought that it gave it so much charm and character that only a person like you with your knowledge of these cars would pick it up. But it really is a nice touch. It gives it a lot of character.
I like it. Well, I tell you what, let's close it up and take this kitty out.
Hey, let's fasten your seatbelt and go out and scare you.
Remember, we have only one rule: don't kill the host.
Absolutely not. Sit at a stoplight and the hood's shaking and the car's shaking and the cam's racking. It's like, this is great. This is what it's all about. This is car stuff. If you're not a car guy, you don't understand.